Hey, what's going on, beer lovers? I know a lot of you out there have tried Pliny the Elder, but have you tried Pliny for President? If you're curious about how this beer tastes, stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Jacob.
And as you can see, we're in different places. That's because we're social distancing, as many people are. Today we're reviewing a beer called Pliny for President. This is from Russian River Brewing. It is a double dry hop, double IPA at 8%. I actually looked this beer up on Untappd just out of curiosity if there was anything different about it. And they do hint that they added one or two new hop varieties to it.
Okay, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to John Holzer from Four Brewers. He was kind enough to gift us not one, but 2 cans of this stuff. It is super in demand right now. I'm seeing ISOs all over social media. So the fact that you gave a couple cans up to us, it really means a lot. So thank you so much, John. Really appreciate it. Now, we're going to review this beer for you, but after we're done reviewing it, we're actually going to go ahead and compare it to the OG Pliny the Elder. Jacob and I both have bottles, so we're going to put them side by side and see how they stack up. So, if you're ready, let's have some beer.
All right, well, I got mine poured right now, and she looks absolutely beautiful. The first big thing that I noticed was it's such an aroma bomb. It smells amazing. Second thing, it doesn't smell like Pliny the Elder to me. It's way fruitier. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, honestly, when I'm sniffing it, I definitely get a lot more citrus notes than I do like that typical West Coast piney, kind of vibe. Like, I feel like the OG Pliny was like orange and pine, just straight up. This smells more like, definitely still smells like citrus fruit, but there's definitely like some tropical notes in there as well.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
The other thing I noticed too, call me crazy, but is this beer slightly unfiltered? Does this not look as clear as a typical Pliny the Elder does? I mean, to me it doesn't.
Well, I mean, it is double dry hopped, so that kind of makes sense. Yeah, there's a little, it's not quite as maybe like crystal clear as, OG Pliny is. It's still pretty fucking clear, though.
I don't know, maybe I got a different can. I mean, it's clear. I can see my finger on the other side of the glass, but it looks a little on the unfiltered side. Okay.
I'll give you that.
All right, well, enough talking about it. Let's go ahead and drink. Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, man. Oh, wow. Oh.
What are you thinking, Jacob?
It's hella tropical, hella fruity. It tastes exactly like it smells, which that's also what I say about regular Pliny. It tastes exactly the way it smells.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't even taste like Pliny the Elder to me that much anymore.
I would say there's something similar in the back, the finish. It's got a certain dryness, a certain bitterness that is right in line with Pliny, but there's just so much happening up front. There's a lot happening up front. There's a lot of different flavors. All of them being good, too.
Oh, yeah, no, it's got a definite amazing flavor. I'm loving the fruit forwardness. I also like the fact that the initial, hit to your palate is quite soft and gentle. It's not like overly bitter. It's definitely more flavor forward, and then towards the back end you're getting that clean finish. Still got a beautifully clean finish on this beer, and then you're getting those notes of pine that are very signature out of a quality West Coast IPA.
Yeah, I think this is a great example of how skilled Russian River brews, because they're able to hit a pretty solid dry bitter notes, but also get these sweet fruity flavors and aromas, but neither of those are overwhelming. And even though the bitterness hits pretty fucking hard, it's not. I'm gonna crush the shit out of this beer, and I'm not gonna feel like my palate's blown out or anything, you know. And
dude,
that's hard to do.
I totally agree with you. It's a good thing that they came out with this now and not around 4th of July, because just for the can theme alone and the flavor, I think I would just destroy this beer. I mean, if I could get my hands on a 6-pack, that 6-pack would be gone very, very quick.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Okay, so before we crack open the Elder, I do want to ask you, if you were to kind of rate this beer, how would you rate it?
Ooh, honestly, I think for me, regular Pliny is one of those 5 out of 5 beers. It's just such a great IPA. It's the example of a West Coast. Even now, it's still solid. Like, I don't really have any problem with it. This guy, I would say it's right up there. It's a bit of like an update on something that was already good. So yeah, top marks for me.
Okay, so 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm a little torn, to be honest with you. The beer flavor alone is great. I mean, like you said, I mean, Russian River, they are masters at utilizing their hops the way that they want. I guarantee you, Vinny tried this beer and was like, boom, that's exactly what I was looking for. Like, there's no mistakes in this beer. My only thing is when I reach for a West Coast IPA, I kind of am looking for something very specific. And this is almost teetering towards that, like, hazy IPA realm, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because with hazy IPAs, because there's more wheat and oats, it tends to feel a little bit more heavy. It's harder to drink. And as you said, this thing's a fucking crusher. So I'm kind of torn. I mean, honestly, if we're just talking about flavor, not how it fits to style or anything, it's definitely a 10 out of 10. The only reason I would ever mark it down is just because it kind of, the fruit forwardness on those hops just kind of pull away a little bit from the West Coast. Luckily, they have that beautiful piney finish to, you know, set it off. I don't know. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10. Fuck it. Who cares?
I mean, I guess for me,
nobody really cares anyways. I want to know, does anyone watching this episode actually care what we score a beer? Like, if I scored it a 3, I could see some people being outraged, but an 8, 9, 10, I don't think anyone cares.
Fair.
That's just me.
Okay, what I also say, though, I think that fruit-forward hops in this West Coast style is perfectly fine, especially, it reminds me of, like, older noble beers, like some of those big, you know, like Citra Showers or like Tongue Tickles. There's a couple other breweries that had IPAs that were just as fruity. I think Cellar Maker still makes a lot of like really big aromatic West Coast IPAs. Kind of reminds me of those.
That's a good way to look at it, definitely. God, I remember having my first Citra Showers. That was a good beer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it's time for Pliny the Elder. We're going to put them side by side. You didn't already finish your whole can of Pliny for President, did you?
No, I want to enjoy them both.
That's good. All right, so we are pouring these.
Cap didn't want to come off.
By the way, both these beers are pretty damn fresh. My Pliny the Elder bottle was bottled May 12th, so it is less than a month old. And I don't know if this one says it. Yeah, it doesn't, but it was sometime in May, so it's definitely less than a month old. So, all right, guys, so we have Pliny the Elder poured. Here they are side by side, just to give you a good look at them. You can definitely tell the difference, man. Pliny the Elder is a lot more clear than the Pliny for President. I'm going to go ahead and attribute that to the extra dry hopping. And they probably just didn't filter it as much. Jacob, how does yours look?
Oh yeah, Elder is just so damn clear. It's just a bit more yellow, darker yellow than, like a Pilsner or a lager would be, so it's a bit heavier, but it's, yeah, I can easily spot the difference.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and try some Elder and then jump back to Younger and kind of talk about it. And I would suggest you do the same.
For sure. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, that is so interesting.
Yeah.
Trying them side by side, man.
Man, they're both so good. I will say, I think the finish on both of them is very, very similar. But
yes,
the front
I agree.
is just wildly different. They both have a similar dryness, for sure, it's all the finish. But it's almost as if all those dry hopping fruitness that come out in Pliny for President make me taste more of the malts in Pliny the Elder than I think I normally would when I'm drinking that beer.
I was going to say the exact same thing. The main thing I'm getting out of Elder, trying them side by side, is the hop flavor up front isn't as pronounced, but the malts are there. You can taste the malts and the hops, and then it's got a very similar finish. Not that Pliny for President is completely void of any malt profile. It's just the hops are definitely the star.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, they definitely stand out. Whereas with Elder, you're definitely seeing, like, a blend of flavors together to kind of complement each other. So, holy crap. Well, they are different, and they are the same. Really weird thing to have next to each other.
Yeah, I think my biggest takeaway from having both side by side is how much I really enjoy that crisp, clean finish of Russian River beers. So if anything, it's just made me love them even more.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying these IPAs. I've actually, during this whole quarantine, been crushing a whole lot more Pilsners and things like that. So the only IPAs I typically am going to have in my fridge is hazy IPA. So having some of the best West Coast IPAs in the country side by side, like, I mean, what more could you ask for? I'm a happy camper, man.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact, by the way, guys, the fact that, like, Pliny the Elder 3 years ago was near impossible to get.
Yeah. And
now, like, you can just go to a grocery store and they typically have it. Obviously, Pliny for President, good luck finding it at this point. Only traders are probably going to have it, and they're probably not going to trade it. So, sorry you missed that one. But I will also say that it's very historic. This is technically the first time that they ever canned Pliny the Elder. And we got to be part of that first batch, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully they'll do this again, because it's really good.
Okay, so Jacob, I want to know, between the two, which one do you like the best?
Ah, man, it's such a hard call. I think it comes down to the occasion, really. I do really love the piney notes of the original, and I think if I were, like, outside and camping, I would absolutely want the original more. But I mean, there's a convenience of it being a can, and also I do love fruity hops. That is definitely my go-to profile when I'm drinking heavily hopped IPAs. I want it usually some sort of fruity mix of stuff. So I think at the end of the day, I lean towards the dry hopped one. Yeah, not by much though.
Wow, there you go, guys. Friggin' Pliny for President beats out OG Pliny. That's intense. For me, I'm honestly stuck, and I think we've already kind of said it a few times. These are both fantastic beers. They're both 10 out of 10s in my book. They're just different. So it really does come down to preference and like what you're looking for in a beer. I think for me, I would still stick with OG Pliny. And the only reason why is because there's very few solid West Coast IPAs that are done right, and I feel like this one is done right. If I wanted to reach for something that's double dry hopped, something that's unfiltered, maybe hazy, whatever, I feel like this still kind of falls in that category. And even though it's still on the top of that list, I still think that the fact that the original Pliny the Elder is such a rare gem, it's so special, I think I'm going to stick with Pliny the Elder as my favorite. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with either, right?
Yeah, you really can't, guys. In fact, I mean, I'm kind of tempted, not going to lie. I want to blend the two together, but that's just going to be for fun. We're not going to record that. So if you want to know what it tasted like, you can ask in the comments. I'll be happy to tell you, but that's not part of the show. All right, so guys, that's going to do it for our review of Pliny for President, the double dry hopped version of Pliny the Elder from Russian River Brewing. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the support. Leave a comment below if you tried Pliny for President. What were your thoughts? How does it stack up against OG Pliny the Elder? We are a house divided right now. Jacob's team Pliny for President. I'm team Pliny the Elder. Who's right? Who's wrong? So let us know. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate the support, and we'll see you next time on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers.
Hey guys, today we have a very special episode. We will be blind tasting 5 different beers, all part of the All Together program collaboration with Other Half. So stay tuned.